So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. This week, we've been talking about how to live the life you want, how to have the life that you want, everything that you want. And maybe right now you are thinking that what is this life right now is certainly not at all what I wanted, or there have been things that you have been pressing on you for years and you just haven't done it, or you're just feeling uneasy, you're feeling like you don't belong, something like that. I know the feeling. We're going to talk about how exactly you can have the life that you want today. How do you do that? How do you do it? And the very simple way to do it is you become an abundance hacker. Now, what is that? What is even that? We've been talking about it for, a few months here. We've been talking about it a little bit this week. Today, I'm going to fill you in basically on the bottom line, what it means to be an abundance hacker, why it's so important, what it even means, and why I'm sharing it with you, and how it's basically going to get you the life that you want to live. All right, so hello. I am Owen. I appreciate you being here as always. Doug, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. So we are live for sure. So definitely please ask me any questions, say hello, let me know that you're here. I'd love to talk to you. Doug, I'm super glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are staying safe and healthy in the nice north. Okay, so what is an abundance hacker? What do I mean when I say this? I'm talking about a person who knows how to find creative solutions to support themselves and stay in service to the world around them, no matter what happens when things get tough, or just when they want to make that kind of a change. Abundance, the term, right? Abundance hacking, right? It basically means your ability to find abundance in your life outside the confines of the normal system. Now, why is that important? Why is that important to look outside the system? I think in these last few months, we have seen with stark relief, and probably a better example than we could before, is just where the systems that we all have in place don't work for us or any longer. We have seen as the shutdown has made us change the way we interact with each other, the way that we do business, the way that we support ourselves. And it has also really exposed where the just glaring errors were in the system that we had put together, be it our government or our daily lives. We realized we've been driving to offices for hours and hours and hours and hours a day collectively and pumping so much crap into our environment that we now suddenly realize that we can do without. And we could have done without it before, but we didn't make the choice. We didn't make the choice to do it. Right? We did it as soon as we had to. So you see where these errors are. Abundance hacking is all about finding those errors proactively and fixing them in your life. It is about getting them before they become systemic, before they become baked into the way you operate. Take a look at the protests that have been happening in the last few weeks. We are seeing so much systemic racism that was baked into our government. It's baked into our Constitution even, right? That's that kind of fundamental things that we are seeing right now. And it's a very difficult process and it's very hard. But the side of it that is even better is that you have the opportunity right now to be an abundance hacker, to take a look at the code basically that if we're seeing, right, the world around us, the matrix, if you will, and understand your ability to edit it now for the better. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about what does all of this mean? So 3 tenets to being an abundance hacker, and we started talking about this week. The first is leadership. It is leadership. What does leadership mean? Some people think that means politics. Some people means that means rising up to the top of a company. Leadership simply means that you understand and act on your own ability to basically create your own life. In a men's organization, they say to cause your life, right? Think about that. You have this power. You have the ability to do that. Now, in many cases, like say, an employment kind of situation, right? When I was employed for many years, doing the 9-to-5 grind, I did not really fully understand just how much ability I had, right? How much control I could really actually have over my life and my own happiness. Everything that I got, my money, my support, my happiness, my mood, my friends even, right? I got from somebody else. I got from somebody else, and I did it through trading my time for money. And look, I'm not saying that's bad for everybody, but in many cases, look, I hear so many people who are just like, oh man, I hate my job. Why? Why are you spending one more minute in it? It's because you don't understand that you have the power to take control of your life. You don't understand yet that you are a leader, and you can be if you want to. So leadership, embracing that, is the understanding that you are responsible for your life and that you are making your choices. And if your choice is to surrender your choice to somebody else, that is a choice that you've made. And I get it. I made that choice for many, many, many years. I get it. Leadership means understanding that you have the choice to create your life and to make changes where you want. All right? So the next piece is technology. Now, this is kind of obvious in certain ways today because we've obviously embraced technology in a very, very different way than we did at the beginning of this year. Right? Zoom meetings we're on all the time. FaceTiming, other kinds of video conferencing, just even different ways to work from home. The remote work thing alone has opened us up to a lot of technology. But technology isn't just the electronic stuff. It's also the ways of thinking about what is going on in our lives and the ways of examining how the world is working and how our world is working and how we're working in it. So embracing technology is not just about having the latest cool gadget or always being the techiest person in the room. It is really about curiosity. It is about being open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. Okay, if you are somebody who believes that you've got the answers, or in your heart of hearts knows that you don't, but are so afraid of new information or unfamiliar ideas that you actively work to keep them out of your life, that will prevent you from becoming an abundance hacker. Abundance hackers of a totally beginner's mind, an understanding that we understand very little, right? And that there are new ways of doing things and there are new ways of moving forward. We'll go back to these protests as well, right? If without the idea for embracing new ways of us all to be together and to live together in this country, in the United States, right? Then there is no end to the kind of racism that we've seen. There's no end to those kinds of police killings. There's no end to that if we are not able to embrace new ideas and ways of doing things. So abundance hackers embrace technology, which is both actual technology, actual electronics, but also new ideas and ways of thinking of things, okay? So, final piece. This is a big one. The third pillar of being an abundance hacker is authenticity. Authenticity. You must be authentic if you are to become an abundance hacker. So, okay, authentic. What does that mean? I'm authentic. I'm me. Yeah, sure. But are you? Are you who you are every day? Are you living as who you believe that you really are? Right? I am an entrepreneurial person. This is just always how I've been. It's how I was as a kid. It's how I am now. Right? So going into a 9-to-5 grind for me was completely the opposite of who I was. It was not being who I was. It was just inauthentic. It was not authentic. I was not aligned with who I am as a person. And that caused a lot of emotional turmoil in me that took a long time to really unwind. The price is really heavy, I've learned, to be somebody that you're not. And why bother, right? But we all do it. We all do it. Why? Why do we all do it? Why do we be somebody that we're not to keep these things around? It's because, and I did it, and I don't know what your reasons might be if this is the case for you, but I did it because I believed that this was the only way for me to survive. It was the only way for me to get the money, the food, the connection, other people vouching for me that I would need to survive in this world. And it's like, but that's clearly not true, right? We all know that that's not true. We know that that's not true. And we've seen it today. People start businesses all the time and oops, yeah, and are able to support themselves all the time without going through the standard hoops. People who run companies that need you as an employee, right, are really, they need you to keep going. And what is a great way to incentivize you to stay in this market? It is to tie up all your investments with employment, your health insurance with employment, all of these other things, right? So I believed that I was not able to survive outside of this system. Now you might have that same belief. It leads to inauthenticity. Being something that you're not will never, ever, ever change the world. Ever, ever. I've tried. Believe me, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the one side is, yeah, am I in a job that I don't like? Okay, that's one side of inauthentic. But the real authenticity thing is to really look inside yourself, and discover what it is that drives your passion. This is something that we've talked about a lot here as well, in terms of passion and things like that. And how a teacher of mine once said, your passion comes from your pain. For me, I was in so much pain in this 9-to-5 grind that I was passionate to get out of it and to help others find a way to do the same, right? But I had to get in touch with that pain that I had done that for so many years. And it's painful, right? Being authentic means being willing to go and sit with your pain, to go really be clear about what it is that drives you, what it is that shaped you. Because not only is this going to help you, it's going to help you for two reasons. It's going to help you to tell your story in a way that is so compelling to others that it will rally them behind your cause. But it will also give you the understanding of yourself that will allow you to understand other people in the way that will let you to create your impact. Okay, so leadership, knowing that you cause your life, technology, understanding new ideas and embracing them, authenticity, knowing who you are and being willing to do the work to figure out who you are. So all of this together, this is the work, right? This is all of it together. You put these three things together and you can have really anything that you want. It is this combination that the system is not encouraging you to know, because if you figure these three things out, right? If you know that you have the power to create your life, if you keep an open an open mind to new ideas, and you're authentic with yourself and other people, there's nothing that anyone can do to stop you. You will have whatever it is that you want, but it's hard work. It's hard work, and I get it. But you will have everything that you want. Now, I get it. The other side of it too, that is a little hard to get into this, is sometimes when you level up, when your life improves, you will lose things around you. You will fall out of agreement with things in your life that you no longer resonate with. Things when you realize, oh, this was a belief that served me before and it no longer does, you're going to lose some things. And that sucks. That is a hard part of it, but it is sort of the nature of leveling up. Now, sometimes because of that, it's easy to stay in a comfy situation. This is where you might get into a place where these new ideas, you're going to push them away. You're going to not want to hear it. Okay, but that's breaking out of that is what abundance hacking is all about. Recognizing your ability to actually write the code in your life around you. As soon as you understand that, really the keys are available to you. So this is basically it, right? You might be listening to this. Let's move back. Doug says, I went into law not because I was particularly interested in it, but because I was looking for a means to support myself. I studied psychology before I studied law. I was much more interested in psychology, but I didn't see it as a career. Okay, so how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the choice that you made, Doug? Right now. And where are you at right now? I'll let you get back to me on that one. So I do want to follow up with you and thank you for sharing that. I know the feeling. So this is all crazy, right? This is maybe a harsh realization that you might be looking back over years of your life. Well, maybe Doug is too. And like, what have I been doing? Like, what mistake have I made? And that's hard to come to grips with, right? To make that change, right? To almost even forgive yourself for making that decision for years. I know it was very hard for me sometimes to turn around and be like, wow, if I make a different choice here, I have to admit that I was making a mistake for a very long time. And sometimes in the past, I let that stop me. But it's okay. It's okay. Making a change, you have to forgive yourself. So how do you do this, right? If your world is in pieces, you're like, oh my God, I'm out of the matrix now. What can I do? Here's how to have the life you want without wrecking your life. It is possible to do it without wrecking your life and the things that you find important. Yes, some things are going to go away, but you are going to get rid of them on your own. Okay, it is possible to do this without scorching the earth. In fact, some people think, right, how am I supposed to make a huge change right now in my life? It would just completely destabilize anything. It's too late, I'm too old, I'm too entrenched, I've been in this relationship too long, I'm wearing this place too long, what have you, to make this kind of a change. But it is possible. It is possible to make the change and keep the things that you want. A lot of people think that it's not true, but it absolutely is. That's something I've worked very hard at doing as well. So I am going to share with you actually over the next few days a little bit more about the 30 Days to Freedom Challenge that I put together for you. It is the roadmap that I wish I had when I was right where you are right now. And I am very pleased to bring it to you as well. We've had a few rounds of people who've gone through it so far, and the stories that come out of it have been incredibly inspiring. People are telling me it's changed the way that they look at themselves, the way they look at business, even their own ability to support themselves and their families, freedom from jobs, really just even new ways of understanding how to serve other people as well. And some people are doing it well, some people are doing it to make money, and some people are doing it just to have a bigger impact, whether it's nonprofits or activism or what have you. So it is basically the tools to get you the life that you want without wrecking your life. Okay, so I'm gonna keep you posted on that. Let's touch base back with you, Doug. Provide a good source of income for myself and my family. It was a good choice from a practical point of view. Gotcha. Okay, well that's good. So if it got you what you wanted, then there you go. I was able to find a type of legal practice I was good at and I find that interesting and fulfilling. Okay, well there you go. Well, there you go. So at the end of the day, if you are fulfilled and you found out what it is that you were looking for, then that sounds like a great decision. If you feel good about it and you're happy with it, then that sounds like a great decision. And it sounds like, here's what I love about what you said. You were able to find a type of legal practice I was good at and that I find interesting and fulfilling. So in many cases, this is the abundance hacker in you. In many cases, people will go into law just because it makes a lot of money and sort of figure out whatever law, angle I can take or that will happen to pay me the most money. Here, you proactively went and found one that you would enjoy doing and was fulfilling. So welcome, abundance hacker. That's excellent. Okay, that's exactly what we're talking about. So thank you for sharing that, Doug. I really appreciate that. Okay, so this is the thing. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you a little bit more about really how you can get in touch with yourself through this authenticity, how you can get in touch and tell your story, even if you think nobody really wants to hear your story or cares what you have to say at all. I'm going to show you why that is so wrong and what you can do about it. Okay, so that is it for today. But your passion is creating music. Well, stay tuned, Doug, because if you want to start creating music, then what we're talking about here over the next few days is going to help you do it. It's going to help you do it. It's going to help you make money doing it if you want. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you so much, Doug. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Tune in tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then.